The phenomenon of eviction is very central in the study of vulnerability linked to architecture. It is one of the main causes for homelessness as well as squatting. Its roots can be traced to harmful domestic conditions and it leads to various kinds of informality. From the very beginning, we realized how much eviction is a sensitive topic and subsequently how it should be treated delicately. So we thought that the best way to do research about it was to take the subjects from afar and go around it. The localization was immediately fundamental because one of our aims was to understand where the phenomenon took and is taking place. So we took the whole map of the municipality of Milano and analyzed it in every single part. Over the last decade, the growing dynamic of housing needs, experiences of instability, crumbling welfare system, real estate crisis, and the seeming intricacies of socio-economic policies have made the issue of informal occupation quite a hidden phenomenon in Milano, a city in which home ownership is increasingly unobtainable and high disproportion of overall economic incomes strongly affect housing choices and opportunities. The scarce resources and management difficulties in the public administration of social housing in Milan and high migration flows have contributed to the lack of building maintenance, process and manifestation of informal occupation, and the generation of housing evictions. From a preliminary research, very general data came out relating more broadly to either the whole country or the whole region. We have noticed that the major cause is arrears with the percentage of 88.8%. And we discovered that Lombardy is the region in which the highest number of evictions are issued and subsequently carried out compared to other regions in Italy. From the 17.9% of evictions issued, 37.5% are carried out. Such a pivotal issue, so deeply intertwined and close to all others, is deemed to be seed for grave conflict.
Tale procedimento è diretto ad ottenere dal giudice un provvedimento, sotto forma di ordinanza, che convalidi la licenza, ovvero lo sfratto, per scadenza del termine o per mancato pagamento del canone pattuito. Si dichiara altresì la risoluzione del contratto. Possono valersi della procedura soltanto il locatore o il concedente. La legge prevede tre ipotesi di sfratto, ovvero la licenza per finita locazione, che va intimata prima della scadenza del contratto, quindi per impedire la rinnovazione tacita, lo sfratto vero e proprio, che si intima dopo la scadenza del contratto, e lo sfratto per morosità, che viene intimato invece per il mancato pagamento dei canoni alle scadenze prestabilite.
On one hand, an ever so often stubborn power system whose laws sometimes struggle to come through as truly just. On the other hand, a public official who is in charge of notifying evictions, but who often tries to mediate the situation and help people in difficulty according to their particular condition.
E tu non sai se è un gesto che, come dire, è solo dimostrativo o è un gesto che può essere ripetuto nel momento in cui tu forzi la mano e magari la porti fuori, cambi la serratura e dopo io non è che posso stare dietro a questa persona sempre, che ne so. Un'altra volta mi è capitato un signore che era una situazione brutta, c'era stata una separazione e questo signore doveva abbandonare la propria casa e che era stata affidata alla moglie e lui non voleva andare via e l'ho trovato nudo, completamente nudo su un divano, ubriaco, però alla fine non è stato violento, è stato, io ho capito come se fosse stato un gesto di resa, no, di dire io sto qua, non mi muovo. Infatti lui non ha fatto resistenza, lui ha fatto una resistenza passiva, solo che quando poi abbiamo chiamato l'ambulanza perché comunque aveva bevuto tanto. Quando si avvicinavano gli operatori, lui cercava di svincolarsi, no? Di dire no. Allora poi è arrivata questa dottoressa che alla fine gli ha fatto una puntura e lui si è un po' assopito e poi l'hanno portato via, l'hanno portato in ospedale.
So far, we have an overview of the law and processes around eviction and an anticipation of the intimate and private part that lies behind the evictions. After that, it was time to ask for additional help from the people that are involved every day in the process and that could give us some more insights and hopefully some more specific information. To tell how we came into contact with the people who helped us in our research, we will take a small step back. When dealing with this kind of research, we observed that it is not uncommon to sometimes hit a wall. After all, what we noticed happens is that either the data is not easy to find, or that the involved parties are not available, or even willing to talk to us. In these cases, it is crucial to be able to make proxy data work for us. Our primary interest at this point was to get some more site-specific data in order to start pinpointing some locations. To do this, a really useful ally was the press. When analyzing newspapers, one must always try and check press from different political orientations to make sure that a subjective source turns into an objective one. Parallel to the press review, we set up a method of inquiry that works around our limitations and focuses more on characterization linked to the phenomenon. Average income, cost of rent, and price fluctuation. Moreover, another really interesting and unexpected proxy to pinpoint a location was the presence of centers dedicated to battling social issues. What we were looking for was a neighborhood that matched all these characteristics, and it looked like San Siro was the right choice for us. Unfortunately, the activists from Il Cantiere Social Center, which was also located in San Siro, wasn't exactly eager to reply to us. But never mind, as we said before, even when you hit a wall, there's always another solution to be found. And to be honest, it was almost May, and we were really thrilled to attend this event organized by Spazio Mutuo Soccorso, where we were able to get to know another affiliate of Il Cantiere, this time a coordinator. At this point, I'll admit, we lost all hope. It seems like there's little strive for communication from the activists of Il Cantiere Social Center. It's interesting how sometimes people are convinced they're in the right, even if their behavior would suggest otherwise.
Ma la mia opinione in generale, proprio facendo questo lavoro, è che secondo me loro non analizzano a fondo la problematica. Allora, se tra virgolette può essere nobile, come dire, difendere le persone in difficoltà, però secondo me loro sbagliano il punto di approdo, come se tutto ciò che è stato fatto fosse nullo, no? La protesta a fonte, no? Cercando di insistere sul diritto alla casa, quindi fatto nei confronti del soggetto politico, non del soggetto che poi deve applicare la legge.
By the way, we would take even this lesson as data, like always. Back to work. It seems like, after all, we were able to pinpoint a location, so-called Il Quadrilatero.
Nel Comune di Milano attualmente mi occupo di tutta la zona, diciamo, quella che è detta il quadrilatero di San Siro, quindi via Ricciarelli, via Abbiati, via Osoppo, quindi una zona che va da Piazzale Brescia che va verso lo stadio di San Siro.
Once the scope and localization of our research were finally in check, we could focus on trend. In particular, we felt the need to determine whether there had been any changes in these last couple of years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So, how can these two information coexist? How can people sadly lose their jobs and be able to keep the security of the home?
Sicuramente la pandemia ha avuto un impatto molto forte, ovviamente un po' su tutte le situazioni che possano essere legali, sociali. In particolare sullo sfratto la normativa emergenziale ha sospeso a lungo le procedure esecutive per il rilascio di immobili e le norme di riferimento si sono succedute nel tempo. Partivamo ovviamente dai primi decreti legge del 2020 che sono stati poi prorogati fino alla fine praticamente del 2021. Ovviamente l'emergenza, la situazione emergenziale in quel caso ha giustificato la prevalenza di esigenze del conduttore.
Poi magari a volte oltre al fabbro, oltre al medico c'è anche la polizia, perché non posso mai sapere con chi ho a che fare, quindi perciò faccio degli incontri, come dire, preventivi, no? Anche per capire che personaggi sono, se sono delle persone che effettivamente, però sai, per esempio l'altra volta una signora che avevo fatto già tanti rinvii, a un certo punto sembrava che tutto fossero pronti, ha preso il coltello e ha iniziato a tagliarsi le vene e ha iniziato a urlare e c'era anche la polizia.
After a long time, a lot of research and a lot of people involved, we have come to obtain very rare data. This data is very unique and valuable because precise, site-specific and distributed over a very useful time frame that is from 2019 to 2022, so before the pandemic to today. In reporting this data, we decided to compare the city center to the areas that we have noticed to be the most vulnerable. The 6 areas that make up the central ring of Milan have, in proportion, in any year, fewer evictions than just one of the districts that we have identified. What can be seen is that in 2019, before the pandemic, the number of evictions was very high, and that during 2020 and 2021, it dropped drastically, certainly thanks to the laws that protected the people in difficulty. In 2022, it is growing again, but the trend is visibly more moderate than before. Our hope is that in the future, our welfare system evolves to stop the issue before it becomes unsolvable, and that social battles like this one become a political priority with the aim of completely avoiding the evictions in every possible way before reaching the point of no return.
E il paradosso è che appunto essere sfrattati da una casa popolare è una cosa, come dire, in controsenso, no? Perché dopo non c'è più nulla.